I think we'll just go ahead and get started. If anybody comes in, then they come in. My name is Victoria Peterson Lewis, and I'm Cloud Goddess. And I've actually been the Cloud Goddess for many years before I started this business. I got to make up a cool title at the last place I worked, and I was Cloud Goddess. So I continued that on, and I'm still Cloud Goddess. I've been in digital marketing since the last millennium, and I've been designing websites since 1998. And when they came out with social media as we know it today, the world changed from watching porn on the internet to actually being social. That was the number one before. I think MySpace was out there, one of the first ones, and then Facebook rolled around. And the main use of the internet before that was for something else, and now we all communicate and are social online mainly. So I've seen it all. My very first experience was in college, and I was in a chat room. We had internet. That was pretty cool. So I just followed it since then, and I've lived in California and Silicon Valley and created websites out there, and then my husband and I moved out here back to his hometown in Memphis in 2002, right after 9/11 happened. And so he said, let's get real and move somewhere we really want to live. Hello, Mike. And so we've been out here for a little over 20 years now, and just loving it. So I've partnered with the Cortez Retail Enhancement Association, the CREA or Shop Cortez, and to bring you these workshops. So this one is on the Google Business Profile. Next month, we're going to put out something about selling and marketing for the holidays. So hopefully we'll be able to grab a little bit of time before all the shopping comes in earnest in our area. So today we're here for Master Your Google Business Profile for Small Business Success. And I don't want to stand in front of you guys, so I think I'm just going to try to stand here. I like to sit down, I like to stand up, so I move around. But let's see, I think we're good there. Okay. So 8 in 10 United States consumers search online for local businesses at least once a week. So 8 in 10, that's like 80% of the people in this country search for a small business. So the Google Business Profile can be a really great resource for people, because if they don't know to search for your name, they might not find you in your website or anything in results, but your Google Business Profile can come up in search results, even when they're not specifically looking for your business. They're looking for something that has to do with your business. And if you optimize your Google Business Profile, you have a better chance of coming up in the rankings. So the profile is an entirely free tool to use, put out by Google. And then once you're on there, you show up in Google search results and also in Google Maps. They're really combining Maps and Google search now with the Google Business Profile. So today we're going to learn how to set up and optimize your Google Business Profile. We will talk about local SEO and how you can work with that in your profile, and strategies to attract more customers to when people do find you, they want to interact with you and see your products and your business. And then we'll talk about using analytics in the back end of the Google Business Profile to see if you can make things better and attract even more people. There we go. Okay. So why is Google Business Profile important? We talked a little bit just now about increased visibility. You'll be seen more if you have this profile. It can improve your search ranking. If you don't have one at all and you just have social media and or a website, again, people might not find you because they don't know your name, and so you just have more of a chance to get up in Google search rankings if you use their products. Okay. Provide the info you want to be out there. That's a really big one. A lot of times when we're on review sites like Yelp or TripAdvisor or something like that, people are putting things onto those sites about your business. With Google Business Profile, you get to say what's out there, and that's really powerful. You can build trust with reviews. There's obviously everyone reads reviews, and sometimes they can be funny, but a lot of times they're really actually helpful for what you want to find. And insights and analytics, you can look at how your profile is performing and what you're putting out there, and you can then make decisions to make your profile even better. And then also it gives you credibility, it gives you authority. If people are searching and maybe they do drive by your business, but they don't know anything about it, then they kind of Google it and they see people have come to your business, people have given you reviews, you've put out articles that show that you have knowledge in your area and that you can really help people for what they need. So it gives you a lot of different benefits. Let's see. So in my notes, I have over 90% of people use Google to find local businesses. So that is the top search engine, so of course they're probably going to be using Google. So setting up your Google Business Profile, how many people have a Google Business Profile currently?
Mine's like in the process.
Okay, perfect. So that's great for you. I wanted to get a feel for where people are because I don't want to go into too much detail on setup if everyone already had that. Let's see.
I can't figure mine out. That's part of the reason why I'm here.
Okay. So
It's like,
after
it's like I think it's hung up. That's why I brought my laptop. I can't
Great.
figure it out.
Okay.
Like a verification part or something.
Okay, that's one of the things I'm going to talk about. And then after,
That's why I'm here.
and then after the presentation, if I still don't answer all your questions, I can sit down with you for, like, I have an hour after the presentation
Oh
to
my
sit
goodness,
down
thank
with
you so
anyone
much.
for more questions. Yeah. All right. So if you don't have one, you need a Gmail, Google account, whether it's paid or free, you need a Google account. And then you go to this address to begin signing up for it. You're gonna add your business information, your contact info, description, put in there a link to your website, your social media accounts. Basically, in the Google Business Profile, the most important thing is to have complete information. If you have everything, then people won't have to still wonder, what do they do? What are they offering? So Google also likes it when you have everything filled out, and they probably give you a little boost in the rankings as well. Okay. One thing I did want to talk about is if you have a physical storefront or if you're a service-based business. So since they are integrating search and Google Business Profiles with maps, they really want to know if you're on the map. If people can Google you, find your business, and drive and see you at your business, or are you going to come to them? So that's a huge thing. There are some people that are in, like a realtor is a very good example of a business that they may have an office. So the office has a physical location, but the realtors also want to promote themselves, not just the office, so they can create a personal business profile for themselves. But then there would be a service-based business that works in a location. So there's many ways, and if you have anything tricky, definitely ask me and I can help you with that. But you don't wanna switch that around a whole lot. I've had people that have, like, they don't know what they are, they don't think they know what they are, and then they change, and then they change again, and then Google's like, we're gonna put you on probation, so that's one thing, your address you don't really want to mess with. Okay, so when you have your business information, yeah, you wanna put in your phone number, your website, a description of what you do, but that's not all. You really wanna showcase your business. Sometimes people can have a Google business listing and not even have a website. They might have a Facebook page and a Google, and that's it. And so you can add, don't just give a one sentence description for your business. Maybe write it, rewrite it, give it to somebody that's not in your business, and see if it resonates, that really is what somebody would be looking for. Then definitely use high quality images. Our phones today can take such great pictures, but when you're doing that, pay attention to what the picture looks like. For instance, if you're like shooting your phone up into the sun, it will give a glare, so it's not as good of a picture. So definitely take your best pictures, and don't be afraid to take a ton of pictures on your camera. It used to be that we had film and we were very conservative, but my favorite meme with digital photos now is like, they went to the moon, and I think they took like 12 pictures, and now we're like in the bathroom and we're like, and we take like 50 pictures of ourselves. So take 1 million pictures and then select the best. Yes.
So I took pictures of like my menu and my food and stuff and drinks to put on Google, and they had it was like pending the whole time, and then they like denied it. What's wrong with what happened to that?
Okay, so your business category, it's not only just you writing a description. There's things that you
I uploaded
select,
the photo area,
and it could have been that.
Yeah, I tried.
So maybe you need to select restaurant, and then there is, once you select restaurant as your category, then they give you the ability to upload menus.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a
It is listed as a restaurant
menu
too.
section.
Yeah.
Okay, we might have to take a look at yours. That is one thing, is that they're not perfect.
Yeah.
So, you think like, hey, I am a restaurant, I have menus, I'm trying to upload the menus, why isn't it?
And I got like a physical address and everything like that. And
Yep, so it could just be that maybe they don't want it in the photos, maybe they do want it in a different section that is more related to menus, because it would probably obviously be a menu.
Yeah.
They're using a lot of AI themselves
Yeah,
to
that's what I heard.
review all of this stuff, so it's not perfected yet by any means. Their review tools kind of like overloaded and broken right now, so it's like hard to even get a real person. So that is, it can be tricky, even though it looks straightforward. Yeah.
Victoria, so when you do your business description, does that impact your local search engine kind of thing? So,
Yes, it can.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's, I'll be talking a little bit more about keywords, but you definitely want to, like, don't just give a one sentence, very bland, put keywords in there that people would be searching for your business or searching for what you are offering in your business into the description.
Thank you.
Oh, and then video, of course. Video is becoming more and more popular. It's so easy to do on your phone. So people are loving video. They watch TikTok and Reels all the time. So it doesn't have to be super professional. Don't be afraid to take a video on your phone and upload it to Google, because you can always delete it. But people love video. They want that like immersive feel. And so you could do Like if you have a storefront, you could start a video where you're, looking up at the sign and you open the door and you come in and you pan over the people that are in your place, what they're doing. That's it. That's one video. I mean, so you can do really anything that you want. You could interview a customer if they agreed. You could describe your products yourself. So like in this example, this woman looks like she probably has like beauty and clothing things in her store. So she could actually try on her clothes and, come out in an outfit. And then, they do those videos where they jump and then they're wearing another outfit or something. And so there are editing tools that you can use for videos. But it can be fun and people love that. Because the more that they can see about your business, the more hungry that they actually get because they like it. They're like, come on, I want more. And then hopefully they'll actually come to your business. All right. You know what? Okay, verify your business. I did almost skip that. So there is a verification process that you can do, and they give you different options: phone, text, email, video recording, live video chat, and more. I have never done any kind of live verification, but I've done one or several where it comes through the mail. Like you get a postcard from Google, and they mail it to your physical location, and then there's a code on it, and it tells you where to go, and then you're supposed to enter the code, and then you're verified. So have you started the verification process, or is it just said you need to be verified?
I'll have to get into it.
Okay.
And look and see.
Okay,
Yeah, my girlfriend's helped me.
okay.
And we just got hung up on that verification.
Okay. I think I also have a blog post on my website about the verification process.
Okay.
So I can always give you that, but we'll sit down afterwards.
Awesome.
We'll really take a
Thank
look.
you.
Yeah. All right. Yep. I did not staple. Remember I said I didn't staple, and so I lost my notes already. But we're gonna work on optimizing for local search. Okay. There we go. I was also trying to be thrifty and didn't put like pictures of the slides on my notes, and that always helps when you're up here. Okay, so keywords. But the importance of local SEO is that when people are looking for you locally and you have your stuff filled out, your things will come up first, because Google can tell if you're, saying, I want to search for a totally generic item. It would give you everything. But if you put in a little bit more information about what you're searching, they'll know that you're probably searching local, and they do return those local people higher up in the search engines. So that's really good too. It will drive foot traffic into your business, and it can also help you stand out from your competitors. So let's say there's two businesses that are restaurants. Why would some people go to one as opposed to the other if maybe they were both just American food? Why would they go to one place over the other? If one listing has more information, has their menus, has better pictures, has videos, has reviews where the people are saying this food is great, and then you write all these great descriptions and all of this, people are gonna want to go to that business, that restaurant, over another, because it's just not giving them what they need online. If they can't find it, they might not go to your place. So, okay, so keywords. Of course, keywords are important. Keywords can be difficult. Google does have a keyword tool So if you Google keyword tool, they can help you find better keywords for your own business and your products. And they'll even tell you, you know, like how competitive that keyword is. If the keyword, you know, everyone's using for restaurant, if they're like an American restaurant, everyone sells hamburgers, that's not really gonna differentiate anything. Everybody says hamburgers. So you need to kind of come up with maybe a different word or a different group of words that can help describe that. And in the tool, they'll tell you if it's gonna be harder to rank for that item or easier. And so the tool can help you. But also, I put on here, what would your clients do? What are your clients searching for? So really good thing, especially when you're starting a business, is to talk to your clients and say, hey, if you were to come to my business, what kind of things would you even be searching for? Because we all know what our businesses do. We all know what we offer. But getting it from here out to the public, we might not have the right words. So just don't be afraid. Ask your friends, ask people that are coming into your business, how would they search for your business? How would they try to find your business? And that will give you other ideas than just your own. The two other important things in SEO, so basically you can add words. You can add them in all your descriptions, anywhere where they let you type words, be descriptive. The other two, these categories and attributes are just drop downs that you put yourself into one of their categories. So a category would be restaurant, a category would be artist, category, I'm not sure if there's actually a signage category, but maybe, you know, a broader thing than signage.
And I have no idea. Brad set up the Google account when we first
Okay.
started, so I don't even know what we're under.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that Google is saying is they're adding more and more categories all the time. So you might be like an inn, and there might be an inn category. But at your inn, you also offer other things. You offer events, so Google's always adding. So they may add an event that says inn with events as a category. It's possible. So they're actually recommending everyone review their categories every quarter, because they might have a new category that's more targeted to your business. And again, when you're in the right categories, they like you, they like to push you up. The attributes would be things like delivery. If you're a place where people might come with their computer, do you offer Wi-Fi? Do you have parking? Things like that still people want to know, but it's not directly impacting your business. I guess delivery would. But the more specific and accurate you can be, they'll give you a bump up in the results. So that's always a good thing. Okay. Other things that they offer would be Q&A. So a Q&A would be, you would allow people to post questions and answers on your profile. So there are some businesses that might work for, but if you're gonna do that, you have to be prepared to monitor it, like basically every day. Because if somebody's asking a question, you should answer, but also other people can answer. So you don't want somebody to you haven't checked the answer in a month and somebody else already answered incorrectly. So Q&A is kind of a niche thing that you might want on your site, you might not want it on there. You can get direct messaging, so people can click a message button and it will send a message to you. They also have direct calls. So this is kind of a weird feature that they have done, but you know, when you're on your phone and you're searching and you see someone's thing and it says call, it's like 75% of the people use that call button now. Why would they not use that call button? Because it's right there and then they don't have to dial any numbers. So that one's a really good one if you can get it on. And then what will happen is, it used to be that like you would answer the phone and a recording would say, you're receiving a Google phone call. But I don't think they do that anymore. So you may not know when you're answering where they're coming from, but you can also always look in your analytics to see how many people have used your profile to call you directly. You can, if you offer appointments of any kind, you can offer appointment booking right on your Google profile. You can add your menu, so we'll have to look in there. There's somewhere, it should be a specific place. And you can showcase your products with descriptions and links. And so a lot of times people will be in there and they'll see your products and they'll click through and you can link it right to your website, right to that product in your website. So then they're like, oh, I'll add it in the cart, and then they buy it. So certain business types may have different options. So again, like the menu is different. I didn't choose appointment booking, so that's not on my profile. So does anyone have any questions? I know I didn't say at the beginning that please feel free to shout out your question.
When they direct message you, does that come through in an email or?
I think it comes through your Google account mail.
Okay.
So if you have a Gmail, it should come into your Gmail.
Okay.
If you use your domain with Google Workspace, and that's how you log into Google, it should still come in then through your business email. Yeah.
You mentioned about the keyword tool that Google's going to provide, and so that will give you like a top ranking keyword that definitely you want to put in your description, right?
Yeah.
Say if I guess ranch, I Google the keyword, then they will show up what's the major keywords, and I should put those things, try to put that into the description in our website.
Yes, yes. So you can put this, yes, not only on your Google business profile, but you can use these keywords on your website. You can use it even in your social media, because social media things come back. And keywords are tough, but the tool makes it a little easier, because then you're not only guessing
Right.
what may be popular or what may be too popular. There's sometimes, like, no one in our area, like, okay, say Zuberfizz, we all love Zuberfizz sodas, but they're not gonna compete with Coca-Cola keywords. There's no way. You know, I mean, Coca-Cola probably has, I know they have a whole department. You know, they probably have a whole building full of people that are like trying to figure out keywords. And we're a business owner, we can't do that. So that's where it will like tell you the difficulty of ranking with a word. And so if it's too hard to rank with that word, because like Coca-Cola has everything, then you figure out maybe 2 or 3 words that say the same thing, but people would also search for, or maybe just a totally different word that people would still search for. But the tool, it almost gives you too much information.
Okay.
But yeah, so you have to take it with a grain of salt sometimes, but it can give you ideas. Yeah. Okay, so attracting and engaging customers. So now you have your Google profile is up, it's live, it's populated, it's returning its search results. Then how do you continue customer reviews? We all hate reviews, but 98% of shoppers read reviews before they make a purchase online. It's just that simple. So, encourage your clients to give you a Google review. Google is probably, for most of us, the best place for people to look and find us and see the reviews. If you have a big website, your website might enable people to give reviews. But again, if people aren't going to your website, they might not see those reviews. People could give you a review in Facebook, but believe it or not, there's obviously people that are not on Facebook, including a lot of the younger generations. It's like Facebook is just, they don't want to be on Facebook anymore because grandma's on there or their parents. And so, but if they're Googling in Google and they find your business that way, then they might go through. So encourage all of your clients to give you a review because people read the reviews. So you can give a verbal request, but you can also share a link. So if you're sending out an email, you know, we have the email signature, you can put a link to your Google review and say, write a review in your email signature. You can put it in, you can actually on your website, put a link to that on their social media. You can add, you're not supposed to totally say, hey, write me a review. You're not supposed to solicit reviews. You can't pay people. You can't promise them anything if they leave you a review, but you can ask them. If you're satisfied with your service, please leave a review. You can even go into the physical world and get like a little QR code and put it at your checkout and say, hey, scan this and write us a review. You know, think of everywhere that you could put a QR code. I mean, there's a lot of places that you could put a QR code and link it right to your Google reviews. You could even, how many people have cash registers and and have receipts that come out? You might.
Yeah.
You could even put on your receipt, you have like a little programming area, you can say, hey, leave us a Google review and put like a shortened link.
Yeah. Most customers don't really read that bottom part.
That's true, sometimes they don't, but sometimes they do. You
I
know.
do more of like an email,
Okay,
mass email sent
Yeah.
out for people that like the loyalty program. So I do
yes,
it that way.
okay, that's great. Yeah, that's great that you have a loyalty program.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I do it that way. It's a lot easier.
Exactly. So you should be crowdsourcing photos and things from reviews.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so like then you can promote those reviews.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, so anywhere, like if you're, if you have a chat bot on your website, you can say, wrap up with, thank you, hope we've solved your problem, leave us a review. You can put that anywhere. But you can enable the messaging again in your account, and you can like put it in there and say, hey, hope we solved your problem, leave us a review. Respond to all reviews, even if they're bad ones. Respond to all of them. And then you can also post on your Google Business Profile with posts, like you can on Facebook or Instagram. You can create posts on your site, and so you can interact a little bit. You can share a review that way, whatnot. But reviews are very good.
Would you recommend replying back to like old reviews, or should we just leave it like?
I think you should.
You should too.
Yeah.
So,
I actually just went on mine and I saw one yesterday because I was getting ready for the workshop,
Yeah.
and I had an old one.
I don't know.
And they didn't say anything, it was just stars.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's probably why I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And, but it was from like 6 months ago.
Oh.
And so I just said, thank you,
Yeah.
you know, and I
Because
was.
I had someone for like 6-7 months, and then because when we were first open, I didn't have time to like reply
Right,
back.
right.
And I was just getting a bunch of review. It's just like,
Exactly. So I would say, like, when you have time,
Yeah.
just go in and respond to
Just
a couple,
respond. Okay.
because people are gonna read them.
Okay.
And then they'll see that you're being attentive.
Yeah. Like the guest engagement.
Mm-hmm, yep, mm-hmm. So I did have up here that if you have a negative review, please respond. Don't ignore it, okay? I say up there, I mean, I put a lot of words on this one. I don't like to put a lot of words on my slides, but this was really important. Because it shows that you're caring, you're trying to understand what their issue is. So I actually have an example. So let's say there's a local bakery, Sunshine Bakery. The bakery prides itself on its fresh baked bread and pastries. One day though, they receive a negative review from a customer that's a regular. And they say they were disappointed that their favorite croissant wasn't available that morning. The customer felt that the bakery should have a wider selection earlier in the day. So, you know, we're busy running our business. We're like, I don't have time. I don't want to deal with this. But it's really good to deal with this because it can show a couple different things. You're showing the customer that you're caring. You could offer to, you know, say, hey, how can we help you next time? Maybe you give them a free coupon for a free croissant next time they come in. But it shows that you're responding back to the customer, but it also shows other people that are reading the reviews because 98% of people are reading the reviews. So they want to see that you're trying to make it better for somebody else that had an issue, because then if you have an issue, you know you might get good customer service. So it helps you maintain your positive reputation. So we definitely want to have a good rep on the internet. And then you can turn the negative into a positive, because if you make the customer happy, they might come back and they might amend their review, or they might write a new one. And so that would be a better review. You can also use it to get feedback, because if you really don't understand why they're upset or what happened that made them give a negative review, you can ask them. Just say, you know, I wasn't there that morning. I've tried to talk to my staff, but I really want to hear more from you so we can make our services better. And so that it's just really good to respond to negative. I don't know, does it make sense what I'm saying? Okay.
I just want to ask about this. Last summer, a friend of mine and myself rented one of the camping vans, and we took it on a trip, and he was checking the tires, and they said, oh, the tires are okay, and they were really low tread.
Okay.
And then when he took it back, we didn't even use, I mean, it had a shower in us. We didn't even use a sink. We didn't even rinse any water in there, you know? And it was a different guy than who we checked it out with. And he charged for cleaning. Yeah, it wasn't even.
Yeah.
And then my friend gave him a bad review.
Okay.
And he asked him to take it down. Is that normal?
So you mean the business owner asked him to take it down?
The guy we checked it back in
Yeah.
with, which was not the guy that we first talked to.
Okay.
No,
So-
I don't think he was the owner either. He just worked there.
Okay. I think people are tempted because if they see a bad review, they don't want it out there. So it's not good practice though to delete reviews. And the reason is
Well,
because
I thought you couldn't delete them.
you might not even be able to. I don't think the business owner can, but like the person that left the review may be able
Right,
to delete.
right. But he was asked to do that, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
is
so
that-
that's not really good. Because what they should have done is actually responded to the negative review.
Uh-huh.
Then he is in their customer list, because sometimes we get reviews from people that we don't even realize that are customers, so we don't have a way to call them back. But in this case, like, they would definitely have his driver's license
Mhm.
numbers, phone numbers, you know, so they should have reached out offline and said, you know, maybe responded with a good
Mhm.
positive sounding review and saying, you know, we're gonna try to reach out to you personally. And then they could have responded personally, but taking down a review is not. So I've had a client, one of your neighbors, that Ming, that had a horrendous review on his Yelp. And he didn't even know it was there because he had never claimed his Yelp. And there's a public area to this business and there's a private area, which if you're invited into the private area, okay, it's not totally private, but it's his home. And there are people that actually went into his home when they weren't, like, I guess maybe he was outside and they went into his house and they went through his house and they went into his personal stuff and like took pictures of his medicine cabinet. And they took pictures of a dust bunny on the floor in his bedroom. I mean, it was really creepy stuff. And he didn't even know it was there.
You put his home address on there, or his business and home is the same address?
Same address.
Same address.
Yes. And so they were saying, and there's another place, there's like a guest place
Yeah.
that you can kind of stay, but this wasn't that. This was in his home.
Wow.
And so they made it sound like, oh, hey, we spent the night here and it was totally disgusting. And there were actually 2 reviews, and it was a man and a woman. They both left almost the same review and they had the same pictures. So the pictures on the Yelp profile that were not claimed, I mean, the profile wasn't claimed, the owner didn't even know it existed. Almost all the pictures were horrendous and they weren't even of his business.
Yeah.
So, like, we had to go in and do a special thing with Yelp that we said, this is a defaming, they're trying to defame him, or, you know. And so there was a whole process we had to go through, and they did remove the 2 reviews because we were able to show this isn't even the business, this is his house, these are the pictures of the business. And that's one of the only ones I've ever seen that they've taken away. I don't think they really like to take away unless it's really not a valid review. But you shouldn't be asked to remove your review. They should be making strides to please the customer. So probably what's happening is if other people go on to their reviews, they're seeing the bad reviews. 98% of the people read reviews before they make the purchase. So somebody will see that and understand that somebody did not have as good of an experience as the company's trying to claim.
But he did take it down after the guy made it right, but
Okay.
I just thought it was weird that someone
Yeah.
would ask you
Yeah,
to
they
take
should,
it
they
down.
shouldn't ask. And then I've even seen reviews where people will, because they can edit normally, again, and so they'll say update, you know, or like latest news.
Mm.
The company made everything right, so now I'm gonna recommend the company. You know, I mean, I've seen things like that.
Mhm.
So, yeah, don't, just respond. Don't ask people to take their reviews down. Don't ask them to change their reviews. Because we want people to be honest, and we want what we find on the internet to be honest. So hopefully people will follow that a little bit better, not to get fake reviews. Yeah. Alright. So I talked a little bit about this a couple posts ago, but engaging on your profile. You can actually make posts on your own profile, just like you can on social media. And every time they see your profile, down towards the bottom, there's the post. So you can have different posts. You can post just like you can on social media, just with like text and pictures or videos. I believe you can also do, you can do events, I think, and then you can also like make a more of a product post that's specific to products. So just like with social media, you can create announcements, you can announce new things, share updates, promote offers and promotions on there using posts. So a nice thing that some of my clients do is they take a review from their Google review and then they make a post out of it. So they like copy the text and maybe they could even take a picture of it or screenshot of the post and then they share it and say, hey, you know, like employee Susie got an awesome review and we're so proud to have her as an employee, and look at what somebody said about her. And so that's just another way to get those words out there that are coming through search. So they do come up in your search results. So if, let's just say you had no website, you had no social media, and you only had Google business profile, and you start posting on there like social media, they will start to pick those things up. So they will return in regular search results, and it will point them to your Google business profile. Pretty cool. So give people valuable content. You can give them tips. You can give them how-to guides, anything fun, images again, video, and then you can use keywords in those posts. And so then when people are searching for those things, your posts will rank. So I actually have a few customers that use the posting on Google profile in addition to their Facebook, their Instagram, their LinkedIn, and then this is just another platform that they also post on. And they get phone calls. They get people contacting them through Google because they saw something. All right, so Google has a dashboard with analytics on it. It's really pretty cool. So you can see, they have a whole list of what you can see. But in here you can see how many people viewed your profile. You can see, you know, in graphical, you can see it in numbers. They have the charts. But up here, this is an overview. They have calls, messages, bookings, directions, and website clicks. So these are actions that people can take when they're on your Google profile, and then they also track that. So let's just say you posted on your Google profile, it's all optimized, but you're posting a promotion and you say, hey, call us now to schedule your whatever. You can see when you got a lot of phone calls coinciding with what you're posting. So that's how you kind of make better choices. If you've put something out there and it resonates with someone and they start calling you, they start clicking through to your website because you put a blog post out there that's leading to a product that you have for sale or something, and then they click through your profile in any way to go to your website, it shows that. So you can kind of track and make decisions on what content you're putting on your Google business profile to see if it's actually resonating with people. Are they clicking? Are they calling you? Are they going for directions? And then I did have a live, there we go, okay. So this is actually a local business that's here in Cortez, Stacked Real Estate Professionals. And this is time period. You can change time periods, so you can look month to month, you can look cumulative. But I wanted to show you the live because when you're hovering over these things, it will tell you. So in July, 109 interactions happened on their Google Business Profile, whether it was a website click or a phone call or directions. Okay. So they have been doing more things on the internet and less with calling. And so their calls, you can see, have actually been going down a little bit because they're requesting people not to call them. They're saying to click here or do this. And so that's a strategy, and so they're getting less calls. I don't know if they're gonna ever try to get more phone calls. They have individual agents, you know, so the agents really get individual phone calls above the business itself. But they had a lot of people, there we go, you know, asking for directions. In the last few months, that many people have tried to visit their business. It's hard to move my mouse when I'm not in the right direction. Okay. I'm trying to close that. Okay. Here we go. So when you are in your back end of Google, when you have your Google Business Profile, and you search your own business, you'll come to your profile page, and this is where you can do all of the things to keep managing your profile. And it clearly says what they are. But then this is what it looks like on the page. And so this star is a verified star. So it means that their business is verified through Google. And then it keeps going down on that right-hand side. And so they have some products listed in there. So they're actually listing, you know, seller and a buyer consultation for free. And then they're even putting some of their houses that they're selling in there. And makes it really easy to click that phone number up in the top right here. All right. And then, so here's those questions and answers. They have it enabled, but nobody's asked the question yet. And then reviews. So they have a lot of great reviews. Okay. And then these are some of their posts. So these are like what would be posted on social media. So they have the real estate market overview for our county, or actually for Colorado in September. And then they gave a verbal, you know, what does this mean? Are you looking to buy or sell real estate? They're the experts, right? So you're gonna contact them because they make it easy to buy and sell real estate. So you can also add your social profiles there. Okay, there we go. So does anyone have a question now that we're seeing an actual live business profile?
How hard does it link your social to your Google?
So it's really easy now. That's one of the newer things that they've done. It used to be like you would have to make a post and say, hey, visit my Facebook account, or put it in your description, which it didn't really fit in there, and it probably wouldn't link properly. But now they have a social profiles area where you enter them in yourself.
And when they pull up your Google like this, if they click on that Facebook, it'll bring up your business page. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so it's the same thing right up here. If you click website, it will open. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, I clicked something on their website.
If you want to add it to the Google profile, you see the link on top. Copy that link and then put it into the social media
Oh.
in Google. There should be a social, and then you
Yes.
paste it to that.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you would,
Yeah, like those
Here we
right
go.
there.
yeah. So when you're on your Facebook page,
Yeah,
you
copy
would
that.
copy this whole URL or address, and then inside your profile, then you would paste it in, and then they know it's Facebook, and so they put that little icon there, you don't have to put that there.
Victoria, can you show me where, when you show the Google business page,
Mm-hmm.
where to put the post, is it,
Yes,
sorry, I can't really see.
okay. So when you're up here, this is what people are seeing, but this is your dashboard.
Right.
So this one right here that says add update,
Okay, gotcha.
it doesn't say post.
Okay, thank
Yes, it says add update.
Thank you.
Yep, and so then I'll actually click in real quick so we can just see. So it says add just a regular update, you can add an offer or add an event. Then once you go in there, you put in a photo or video, you have 1,500 characters. And then a great one that I like to use is Call Now. And then it puts your phone number in there. You can't change the phone number. But you can also Learn More is another one I like, because then you can use any link and send them anywhere that you want in that post.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So if you're looking up a local business, what do you type in if you wanna get the Google business?
So if you manage it, so are you just saying like to manage your own?
No, I say I wanna look up the zoo gallery.
Okay, so anytime you make a search, technically, it should be along, this should always appear on the very right-hand side of all the search results rather than on the left. So I'm just going to, who did you just say?
Zoo gallery.
Yes, they should definitely have one. Jody is very good. Okay, so probably it would be this first listing if I clicked on it. But I'm just gonna hit enter or return. There we go. So these are their website, Facebook, Instagram, but this is the Google listing here.
So you just type the name in and then it pops
Yes,
up.
yes. So that's the thing. If people don't know your business name, they're not, sorry, are my shoes reflecting on people? I just realized. Sorry, I wasn't trying to blind you there. So like if someone doesn't know the name of the business, then they have to use keywords or like
Yeah.
say, I want this product. And so that is really the reason why you wanna put as much stuff in your own Google business profile as you can, because you don't know necessarily what people are searching for, and they may not be searching for your name directly. So, what time is it? Oh, wow. Okay. I guess, do we have any other questions?
Do you know when you're gonna do the Christmas photos?
Sorry?
Do you know when you're gonna do the next class, like the Christmas?
Oh,
photos?
okay, so, the date hasn't quite been set yet,
Uh-huh.
but it will most likely be around the middle of the month, because Thanksgiving might be the last week of the month this time. Yes, so Thanksgiving is the 28th, so it's possible we might do this on the 19th. But I have to also make sure the room is available and just, just double check a few things. But I do have all your emails, so I will let everybody know what the next class is. And then they are free through Cortez Retail Enhancement Association, so big thanks to them. And then for the next hour, if you have any other specific questions, stick around and I'll be here to answer more questions. So,
Thank you.
yeah. Oh, I didn't give you the recap.
Oh.
This is a very quick slide. You can just take it, it's so small. You can take a picture of this, and there's other links here, the map search, the link again to create your profile, business profile, FAQs, and then there's even a help support area. And yeah. So, just some quick keywords on the last slide. How about that? Okay. Yeah. So, this is my contact information. You can always contact me if you need anything, even if it's outside the class. I'm ready to answer questions or help people.
Before do you, from your experience, is Google better than Yelp, or we have to have both? What's your,
You definitely have to have Google, for sure.
yes,
Yelp is very good. Yelp would be great for you, but Yelp might not be great for you.
so it
So,
depends on the business.
Yes. So like, I think Yelp and TripAdvisor are really more for travelers, but local people also use Yelp. So Yelp is kind of a crossover, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but definitely Google, because they own Google. And so if you play by their rules, hopefully you'll be a little bit higher up in the rankings. But then if somebody has the Yelp app and they're only looking in the Yelp app, then you want to be in there. So, yeah.
Because a lot of time I feel like that Yelp is, I don't use Yelp at all myself.
Right,
I use Google all the time.
right.
So, I don't
And-
know if I should plan my business on Yelp. I didn't do that, so.
Yeah, I don't,
From what you mentioned about the bad review, I was a little worried about those
okay.
kind of things. So-
Yeah, so that's, like I said, I found your neighbor on there and yeah. And so that's when they went into his house and took the picture, of his private areas, and so that's not allowed. But he had never been on Yelp.
No, I don't think that they did.
Right, and so he didn't even know it was there. And so some of these sites, like Yelp,
I feel Yelp is a bit
other
more
people
tourist, yeah.
will create the page for you. I think even Facebook, because if they check in, they say like, I'm here, or they give a review and there's not a page already, it'll create a page for them. And then you have to
Sometimes
claim it.
I noticed that people leave a review like our type of business. They just say tour guide, meaning that their role is tour guide.
Right,
So those are kind of not a really legit type of review. So and sometimes I don't know how to respond to that or.
right. Did they maybe go hiking on your place and you told
No, I
them?
had a guest. That guest son is a little bit in a question kind of situation.
Yep,
So he left a review, not too optimistic, but he put his a tour guide. And so I was asking the parents, is there anything we can do to make your experience better? Because I saw your son left a not so positive
yes,
review. So I wanted to understand, because it's good that they are still there, so I had a chance to talk to the parents.
good,
And he is very good at doing the online thing and
Right.
probably a little bit autistic
Yes.
type of thing.
yes.
So,
So that's hard, and you really don't know anybody could be like that, and
right,
Yeah.
had they not been here and then there's, somebody just write it, I don't have any choice, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I would respond, and I would say that, I don't remember seeing you.
Yes, that's what I have worked with people where they, like a spa, where they definitely have clients and they have intake forms, you know, like they have to really, it's very personal stuff that they're working on in the spa. And so they have record of every person that's been in their spa, and they've gotten reviews from people that are not their customers. Say, oh, I stopped in, I tried to talk to the owner,
Those are competitors.
you know, the person, you know, couldn't find my appointment, you know, or whatever. And so then you just have to respond and say, you know, we don't have you on our client list, but we're very happy to try to accommodate, you know, whatever, and respond that way. So, but I know that you know his specific case, and that might be a little bit more difficult, but you could probably still respond.
They
Yeah.
actually changed that,
Oh,
because they really, the parents are very happy with us.
good.
And then I'll try to kind of foster, even talk to the son, because he's not really even have eye contact with
Yes.
me at all. But I
Mhm.
try to encourage him because he took a lot of pictures.
Yes.
So,
So we want real reviews.
Yes, yes. So down the road, will you consider to do something related to social media? I have very hard time on that kind of thing
Okay,
on our business too, so I would love to learn more
okay.
on that.
I will definitely write that on my list,
Yeah.
and I'll just contact you because I do one-on-one
Sure.
trainings as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
That would be good. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. All right. So any more questions or comments or thoughts? All right. Well, next month we will be doing some marketing for the holidays, and most likely it'll be on the 19th, but I will email everyone when we specifically know the real deal. All right. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
appreciate you all. Yeah.